Before we start talking about your new album, this is the first time I talked to you. I've always been talking to Mark Reale before. Could have been interesting to just briefly hear about your background as a vocalist and when and how you joined Riot.
Well, they used to rehearse at a rehearsal studio near my house in New York before they went to Japan, and I used to rehearse there with my band. And when the singer quit, they were looking for someone, and the owner of the studio told them about me. So I think Mark called me or something, and we got together, and we just, we started working together.
So you knew the band quite well before you joined then?
Actually, I really didn't.
You didn't?
No.
Okay.
I was singing more blues rock stuff. I wasn't really into singing a lot of, like, what they call heavy metal. Mm-hmm. I never really sang it before. I was singing, like Whitesnake, Led Zeppelin type of stuff.
Right. Do you feel that the band changed after you joined?
Possibly a little bit because of that. Because that's not my background is not singing heavy metal. You're
right. But you enjoy doing it, I guess. Yeah,
well, you see, the thing is, I don't think that we really are a heavy metal band anymore. I consider us more like a hard rock band.
Yeah.
Kind of like Purple when they had Coverdale.
Yep.
Kind of that era. Because when they did Thundersteel and Privilege of Power, those were heavy metal records, to me.
Yeah. Do you like the tracks that are on those albums?
Oh, yeah. I'm a big fan of that kind of stuff. It's just that I don't have that kind of voice, I can't sing like that. So, it's I like to, I love to do the songs live, like Thundersteel and stuff. But that's typically not my style. So when I do write, it doesn't come out that way, It comes out more like Angel Eyes type stuff or Twist of Fate, something kind of bluesy like that.
I think your last studio album, Inishmore, was a really great album, and I've been waiting for your new album for a long time, and I've been very excited about it. And did you feel kind of a pressure to make another album after such a great album as Inishmore is?
Yeah, I think so, a little bit. We took a lot of time to work on the songs, though, We wanted to make sure that they came out really strong. So, we did feel the pressure, but I think we kind of, we concentrated on making sure that it was good enough,
Is this new album very different from Inishmore, you think?
For me it is. I think musically it's not that much different. I think we tried to follow musically the same sort of approach. But for me, I think lyrically, it's much different. And melodically, I think I tried to really take time and come up with some really good melodies. Like Twist of Fate and On the Wings of Life. Those two songs in particular, I had originally different melodies for them. But when I listened back to them, I really wanted to kind of change. I really wanted to, make sure that they were real good and would stand out. So I changed everything, and I came up with the version that you now hear. Mm-hmm. So I really tried to put a lot of time into writing them,
Yeah. Sons of Society, is this a concept album?
Not really, no.
It's not a concept at all?
No. I generally, when I write, the first things that I would usually gravitate towards writing about is like, political or social ideas and social, commentaries, because that's the stuff that interests me, politics and stuff like that. So.
If we look at the music, the opening track is a bit different. I don't know if you were much involved with that intro. What is the idea behind that thing?
Actually, where we recorded the record in upstate New York, a studio called Millbrook Sound Studios in upstate New York, the owner had a friend named Frank Carrillo, who played this instrument called the tambura, and he was playing it in the studio one night, and we listened to it and we really liked it. So we just told him to try and come up with something, and we let him play, and we taped it. And after a couple of different tracks, we came up with that you hear. So we just really like the way it sounds. What do you think of it?
Well, I think it's different. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see that you have used Tony Harnell once again as a backing vocalist.
Yes.
He was in Inishmore as well.
Yes.
Is that just a coincidence, or?
No, well, I think we like, I definitely like the sound of those high, he can hit some high notes, and I like that stuff in the background,
Mm.
It's definitely good for harmonies and backups. I like the sound.
Talking about backing vocals, on your last studio album and also live, when I saw you at Wacken last year, you had this female vocalist.
Right.
She's not with you anymore. Is that right?
Well, she tours with us. So we just did a Bang Your Head festival here in Germany in June. Mm-hmm. She came with us. We like to, that's one of the things. The guys in the band don't really sing, and only Mark really sings. And it's very hard because we try to do melodic background vocals,
Yeah.
and we can't just do it with Mark and I. So we really need people, to sing. So that girl that you're talking about is Pete Perez's wife.
Ah, really?
And she's a professional singer. She sings for a living, so we thought it would be a good idea to use her.
Yeah. Mike, before the interview, I played The Twist of Fate. Would you like to pick another track for me to play now?
On the Wings of Life.